Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tutorial number 2 in our little pay calculation Excel tutorials. So as you can see, I have the same information put up here as there was in the last tutorial, except now we have this new one that is check. And what we're going to do is we're going to input some data here. So we're going to have it say payday, your holiday hours, holiday rate, regular hours, regular rate, gross, federal tax, social, taxes, Medicare, and state tax. Then net. Then the estimated net, which is what's going to be calculated in here. So this information right here, that is all from your pay stub. So right here, this is going to be at the estimated net. This is going to be the difference between these two. And then what we're going to do is also add a few more a little bit more information over here. So we're going to do your average difference, savings, checkings, so that's going to be manually inputted, and then your estimated savings, estimated checkings, average pay into checkings, and then average pay into savings. I spelled that wrong. And again, same with the last tutorial, the completed document after this will be in the description below. And so if you don't want to manually do this, then you can just download it and transfer it over and all that crap. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put those out, and we'll format it better later. Or should we do that now? Probably now. So what you can do to format it a little bit is go over here, and you can drag that down a little bit. And we just put wrap text on this, and then you drag it. Let's see how it does that. So we can do that with all these ones that are kind of, they're just too big to fit there. Just like that. That way it will all fit on one screen and it looks better. And we should probably do wrap text there, wrap text. Okay, that should be good. And then we can, mic started falling. Stay put. Sorry, just a second here. Alright, there. Now it should stay put. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take for payday, so like how this is 10-6-2017. I'm going to put that there. Then, we're just going to put zeros there. So, and then to get the estimated net, what we're going to do is we're going to put equals to, go over here, and then we're going to click right there. Then we go back to check and just press enter. Right? Yeah. Wait, why is it saying M16? Yeah, check. Why is it saying 0? Oh, that's why. We need to change this to say like I'm doing that wrong. Right? Come on. Whatever. We'll just, click. Why isn't it working? Why aren't you working? Then press enter. There we go. There we go. So again, you just type equals, click over here, click right there, and press enter. See, and then it calculates the estimated net. Then for difference, what we're going to do is we're going to do, so K2 minus L2. And then if it's when it's in parentheses, that means it's negative, which you'll want it to be negative. Honestly, at least I'd prefer it to be negative, because then that kind of just says, you know, so like, you know, if I made like 105 here, you know, there's a 2-cent difference, which means, you know, like, so I estimated 2 cents less than what I actually wanted. So, which you could actually probably change it so it's like L2 minus K2, just so, you know, it goes negative, because you want it to be positive. So, you know, if I calculate 103, no, you want it to be negative, because you want to calculate, at least I want to calculate, you know, more money than I'm actually going to get, or less money than I'm actually going to get, you know, because then it's like, oh, okay, so that's how much I'm actually making instead of, you know, all this. Anyways, so what we're going to do here for average difference is we're just going to go over here and do average, and we'll select like a data range like this. So that's what we want for our average. Why isn't it doing that? We'll just type it in. So M2 colon M3. You know, and then when we come over here and we say, you know, so the next payday would be the 13th, or no, the 20th. So 10/20/2017. We'll just put zeros here again. And then we can come over here to our sheet 2, which we'll pretend is something else, you know. We'll just put equal, go over to sheet 2, click there, press enter. See, and it has the same thing, so we're just going to throw in another day as well. We're going to say like we worked 5 o'clock there till 9 o'clock here with a 30-minute unpaid, and we're going to add a 30-minute unpaid here. And I didn't enter in the data right there. And then, you know, out something else. Then we just drag down this right there, you know, and brings it up a little bit. It's a little bit more positive, right? And then here what we want in the savings is we're going to take, well, the way I do it is so I have half of it going into my savings account and half of it going into my checkings. So what I do here is you can do equal to K2 divided by 2. And then press equal. And then what I do like to do here is I do equals to K2 minus P2, just because then, you know, if it's not, like say it's, you know, 104.99, that these should be different. Oh well, who cares? That works. Then your estimated savings, you're going to do this similar thing, you know. So it's L2 divided by 2. And then this is L2 subtract R2. You know, you get that. And then we can just, you know, drag this down. and it's giving us a 0 value because we don't have anything in for the net. So if we put like, say 133, then it will, give us some information there. And again, we can just drag this down right here. And then average pay checkings, what we can do here is type in, average, oops. It's tab that you push. And then you do, so this is average for checkings, so that'd be S2 colon S3. Press enter. Then we can drag this over to the savings and just move this right there. So it's calculating the average amount that's going into our savings and average amount that's going into our checkings. And we can also add like another value. I'm just going to throw right here and say like the average check. And press enter. And then, we just take one of these, so equal to average K2 colon K3. Oh. Excuse me there. And so that's the average amount you're getting per check. And then like we did with the previous one, I'm going to quickly change the format here, just so I know what's being calculated. Those are what I find important. I'm just going to bold these as well, make them easier to read. And bam, there you go. There's some example data. And you want to make sure there's nothing underneath these when you're making this, and like nothing underneath here. So when you're making more, it doesn't mess anything up. Yeah, and that's how you'll do it. So like with this, if you work holidays, you can put in, I work 14 hours, and since I'm getting paid $8 an hour, that would be time and a half, which is 12, right? Yeah. And then you put in your regular hours, say I work like, 20 or whatever. Well, we should probably put in what's calculated here. Which, who knows why it's coming up with 0 there. We want it to be a general number as y. So it's 10. So with this, make sure it's formatted to be general, right? So it says we worked 10 hours. Then our regular rate is $8. And then just put in I'm just going to put in a random thing, So we can just fill out this information to be able to compare it to what we actually calculated. Just then you can, see what's happening and how accurate the sheet is getting it to you. Like I said, personally, with my old formula that I was using to calculate it, it was getting $40 difference, but I changed it in my old spreadsheets, and it got it as close as $4 below what it was supposed to be. So this is a pretty good calculation. Again, it's not going to be exact. It's going to be off a little bit, which is why you can kind of calculate like the average difference and stuff, and that way you can look at it and be like, okay, my check's actually going to look more like this rather than something else. And anyways, that's it for this for tutorial number 2. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, or whatever. Comment any questions you have. And yeah, and maybe in the next tutorial I'll actually spend some time editing it rather than recording and uploading. Nonetheless, there you go. Again, clean copy of this in the description below. Be sure to check out the other tutorials in the series, because it may answer your questions. Anyways, see you in the next tutorial or in another video if you decide to choose visit one of those. Bye-bye.